was so excited to interview the first female police chief of San Diego. Her name is Shelley Zimmerman, and she has been with the San Diego Police Force for 31 years. Just absolutely amazing. I was also astonished to read that we are only one of 8 cities, major cities in the United States, that has a female police chief. So I hope you enjoy my interview with Chief Zimmerman. So Chief Zimmerman, tell me a little bit about your background and your career path.
You know, absolutely. It all talks about, I guess I am the product of tourism, probably the poster child for tourism. And I was a junior at the Ohio State University. And the Ohio State Buckeyes came out to play USC in the 1980 Rose Bowl. So we went out here and watched the Buckeyes play. I'm very sad to say that with about 20-some seconds left in the game or so, Charles White of USC scored a touchdown and stole the national championship away from my Ohio State Buckeyes. We lost that game 17-16. Another 2 or 3 years I'll be over that loss. But we came down to go to the zoo. So we heard about the world famous San Diego Zoo.
Yeah.
And had a great time at the zoo. I mean, fantastic. We drove around the city, went to the beaches, and I thought, this is absolutely beautiful. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio. I think, when I left Cleveland to come out here for that game, it was something like 60 degrees below zero wind chill factor, and beautiful day in San Diego. And I decided at that moment that I had shoveled my last driveway. And my dad was a trial attorney in Cleveland, combat veteran for World War II,
Wow.
Machine gunner, World War II, and he wanted one of his 4 kids to follow in his footsteps and become an attorney. My older brother became a doctor and moved from Cleveland to New York. My older sister became a teacher and moved from Cleveland to North Carolina. I was the one that was interested in the law and majored in criminal justice at the Ohio State University and worked in his law firm in the summers. Very much interested in the law. There was no doubt that I was going to have the career path to go to law school. We didn't know what my younger brother wanted to do because of the age difference at that time. But I came out here for that football game, and quite frankly, the football game changed my life. And I always thought I helped put myself through Ohio State. I was going to have to put myself through law school. So I moved out. I went back to, after the trip for the football game, I went back to Ohio State. I graduated, and I moved out to San Diego. I had $200 in my pocket. I had 1 suitcase. I had my guitar. I got off the plane, I didn't know anyone, I didn't have a job, I didn't even have a place to stay. And so it just goes to show that if you work hard, the possibilities are endless. And here I am as the Chief of Police of the San Diego Police Department. So how did this happen? I still thought that I would likely go to law school. And so as I said, I put myself through Ohio State. I was going to have to help put myself through law school. And so I saw that the police department was hiring. I applied. It took several months to get on, as it still does now, as far as going through the background checks. And I entered the academy in 1982, October of 1982. I was in the 13th Regional Police Academy. And I fell in love with it. From day one, I fell in love with what it means to be a police officer. Influences on my life, certainly, my parents, my brothers and sister influence on my life. Where I grew up was very much education. Education was extremely important. Not just my dad, but my mom spoke a lot about that. The importance of getting not only just a high school diploma, but a college degree, very important. And so never, accept second best. Always do your best at all times. So I would say that there have been many people over my career, in my lifetime, many people in my lifetime that have had a positive influence on me. And I've learned so much from so many people by watching how they do things right, but I've also learned from individuals that I didn't want to be like them. I watched how they treated somebody and it wasn't nice, and they didn't do the right thing. I learned just as much by knowing what I don't want to be like as those that I want to be like. There's been so many things. Obviously, in a 30-year career, there's been so many moments that has been extremely satisfying to me. Early on, I was selected to work an undercover assignment, and I went back. Now you have. People might have looked at it as 21 Jump Street, going back into the high schools. But I did that before there was 21 Jump Street. So I went back into the high schools, and early in my career, into Patrick Henry High School. There's a lot of complaints that there was rampant drug usage and dealing on the campus. And within just a short period of time of enrolling as an undercover, as a junior at Patrick Henry High School, I saw firsthand that there was blatant drug use and sales that was going on at the school. And in the end, I made over 100 purchases of narcotics, anything from cocaine to methamphetamine to psilocybin to marijuana to PCP to LSD. So many different purchases of different narcotics. Arrested more than 70 students at the school when I was there. And many of the students, well, I shouldn't say maybe, but I would say some of the students afterwards came up to me or sought me out to tell me that at first they were extremely obviously upset, that I had arrested them and did this to them. But some of those students came up to me afterwards and said, "We're glad that you did that because we were heading down the wrong path. And this woke us up. This changed our life for the better." At our police department, it is critically important that we reach out to our community. We have our Star Pal program, which stands for Sports, Training, Academics, Recreation, Police Athletic League. And it's over 10,000 youth services a year that we reach out to the youth of our community to teach them, to mentor them, to show them what those right decisions are. We like to talk about it as bringing youth and law enforcement together today to make safer communities tomorrow. Because if we can change even one youth that is going down a wrong path to get into gangs or to get into narcotics, we could save generations, that one person, that we can do that. And that's critically important. So we reach out and to get to our youth before they make a bad decision, before they, we say, cave into the peer pressure. Be a leader. You control your own destiny. You may not be able to always control the situation around you, but how you react to that situation, you are in full control of that.
Absolutely.
I'm honored for the privilege to be Chief of Police of the San Diego Police Department. It is fantastic. It is exactly what I expected it to be, as I've been on the department more than 30 years. The biggest challenge that we are facing right now as a police department is our recruitment and our retention. About half of our department is eligible to retire within the next 4 years. And about half of our officers that are working patrol has 6 or fewer years on our department, and at some commands that's closer to 70%. So we are either very experienced or we are very inexperienced. And so it's critically important, as we are in thankfully, a major hiring mode right now, is that we get the very best from all communities. And we are increasing our recruiting efforts to make sure that our department is positioned, one, to get the very best, the very brightest of all communities. And if somebody wants an exciting career where you have an opportunity to make a positive difference in somebody's life every single second of every single day, we're hiring. We want you to come join our police department.
Awesome. Follow-up question to that. What is one thing you're looking for overseeing the hiring of these new individuals? What's one key attribute you're looking for in somebody coming onto your team?
Service above self. It's service above self. This, I would say there's more than one attribute that we're looking for, but certainly is service above self. We're talking about putting others before yourself. Teamwork, extremely important. This badge that we all proudly wear, all of us proudly wear. It's not just a piece of polished metal. It represents the people of San Diego. It is our symbol of service above self, honesty, integrity, dedication, professionalism, and the oath that every one of us took to protect and serve. So if you want a career where you want to go out and have an opportunity to make a positive difference in somebody's life at their worst possible moment, come join our police department. We have a great police department. Being a police officer is a people business. You have to love people, all right? And so it doesn't matter if it's our citizens that we serve or if it's our officers. our civilians, our volunteers on our department. I talk a lot about being one team. We are in this all together. We are one department, although we may work very different assignments and come from very much different backgrounds, but we are one department trying to do the very best that we can for the people that we serve. And so my management style is definitely management by walking around. And I talk to people about many different things. I want to know about them as a person. I want to know about their families. I want to know about their career goals. And that's my style, is walking around, getting to know everybody who works with me. Police work is still male dominated, but there is so many opportunities for women in our department. And again, if you want an exciting career where you have the ability to go out and help somebody, this career is for you. This is exactly what we do. We have that that wonderful opportunity, and the standards are the same as they should be. It doesn't matter if you're 6'5" or 5'4". What we bring to it as women is different than what a male may bring to police work. But we all work together as a team, and that's what's so critically important, is that everyone has different attributes, everybody has strengths, everybody has weaknesses, but the whole goal is to come together as one department to provide the very best police services possible to our public. And this is a great career for women. Every assignment is open to women. Every single assignment is open to women. It's the same standards of everyone else. I encourage women to get into police work, very much so. It is an opportunity for being able to serve. Discipline is doing the right thing. More importantly, self-discipline is doing the right thing when no one is watching. And as a police officer, everyone needs to have self-discipline. So that's one quote. Another one is, if you can't win the race, you make sure the person ahead of you breaks the record. Never settle for mediocrity. Always push yourself. Always strive to do better. As we talk about as the chief of police, as I talk about as the chief of police, we strive every single second of every single day to the words that are written on the doors of our police cars. If you take a look at those words, they do not say San Diego's finest. They say America's finest. And that's who we are going to be. We are going to be the finest police department in the United States.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you.
As chief of police, going around to the different communities, talking about the vision that we have. We have more than 30,000 people already that are involved in Neighborhood Watch. We have more than 600 volunteers on our police department that last year donated 193,000 hours. We are connected more than ever through social media, through Twitter, through Facebook. So let's all start working together as one city. One city, all of us caring about each other. And it shouldn't matter, again, where you live to feel safe. All of us should be concerned that you feel safe no matter where you live. All these communities start working together, all the different neighborhoods.
Awesome. Wonderful. Thank you so much for your
welcome.
time. It's been such a pleasure.